Good morning to all my dear students. Today we are going to continue with our subject history. Chapter number 2, India before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. Student, in this chapter we shall learn about various ruling powers in India before the time of Shivaji Maharaj. Student, you can see the chart of the various ruling powers or dynasties ruling during the period of Shivaji Maharaj. They were Pal dynasty, Rajput dynasty, Gurjar Pratihar dynasty, Garhwal dynasty, Chauhan dynasty, Chola dynasty, Hoysal dynasty, Rashtrakuta dynasty, Shilahar dynasty, and the last one is Yadava dynasty. Now student, let's see all these dynasties in detail. First one is Pal dynasty. In 18th century, Pal was the famous dynasty in Bengal. Student, see the map. This Pal dynasty were spread up to Andhra. You can see in the map, student. Kalinga, Vidarbha, West Kathiawar, Kannauj and Gujarat. Second one is Rajput dynasty. Student, see the map. This Rajput dynasty were spread in north and it is the important dynasty. Among Rajput student, Prithviraj Chauhan, he belonging to Chauhan dynasty. Student, Prithviraj Chauhan was a violent king. In the first war at Tarai, he defeated the Muhammad Ghori. But in second war, Muhammad Ghori defeated the Prithviraj Chauhan. Now see the next one, Chola dynasty. Student, you can see the picture of Chola dynasty. This Chola dynasty were in Tamil Nadu. Who were the rulers of Chola dynasty? Rajaraj I and Rajendra I. The Cholas conquered or captured the Maldives island and Sri Lanka. King Vishnuvardhan belonging to the Hoysal dynasty in Karnataka. This King Vishnuvardhan, he conquered the whole of Karnataka. Now see the next one, Rashtrakuta dynasty. During the region of Govind III in Maharashtra, the Rashtrakuta dynasty were ruling in Maharashtra. Student, this Rashtrakuta dynasty were spread from Kannauj up to Rameshwar. Later on, what happened, student? Krishna III, he came and he conquered the region of Allahabad. Now, Shilahar dynasty. In Shilahar dynasty, student, 3 dynasties were emerged. How many? 3. One were ruling in Thana and Raigad. Second were ruling in some parts of Kolhapur, Satara and Sangli. Third were ruling in Satara, Kolhapur and Belgaum districts. Now the last and the very important is Yadava dynasty. Student, the capital of Yadava dynasty was Bhilam fifth. This Yadava dynasty were near the Aurangabad, Devgiri, near Aurangabad. He means Shivaji Maharaj. Before the time of Shivaji Maharaj, the Yadavas, they extended their dynasty up to river Krishna. The Yadava period were considered to be golden period in the Marathas language. It was the period of Mahanubhav Pant and the Warkari movement emerged. During the ruling power of Yadava or during the Yadava dynasty, Mahanubhav Pant or a Warkari movement were emerged. So student, these were all about the dynasties. Student, you will see this word dynasty in the whole chapter. So what you have to do is mark down the word dynasty and write down the meaning. The word dynasty means powerful leaders of the same family. Okay. Now next we will see is invention from the northwest. Local dynasties like Yadava and Rashtrakuta were ruling in Maharashtra before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. But what happened? The invaders, the different rulers, they came to Maharashtra and established their own rule here in Maharashtra. In the 11th century, student, the Turks, they came to India. Why they came to India? To expand the territories in the frontier of India. Sultan Mahmud Ghazni, he invaded India many times. Invaded means, underline the word, invaded. Invaded means he came to India many times. Why he came to India, student? He came to India because he know that there was huge wealth in India. So what he did, he plundered, underline the word plundered and write down the meaning. Plundered means loot. He plundered the rich temples of India. For example, he plundered the temples of Mathura, Vrindavan, Kanauj and Somnath. And what he did, student, he carried away enormous wealth with him and ran away from India. Who, student? Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni. Okay, now we'll see about the Sultanate in the north. Whose Sultanate was there in the north? Student, Sultan Mahmud Quri of Gur. He was from Afghanistan. He came to India from 1175 CE and 1178 CE. During this period, he came to India. When he came to India, he appointed Qutbuddin Aibak. Why? To look after his territories. So he appointed him as a governance. Later what happened? See, in 1206 CE, after the death of Muhammad Quri, Qutbuddin Aibak, he started ruling his territories independently, means alone. Aibak, who was initially a slave, a labor, a governance, he became the ruler of Delhi when he became the ruler after the death of Muhammad Ghori. And then Qutbuddin Aibak also died in 1210 CE. And then the Sultanate in the north came to an end. Student, at that time Ibrahim Lodi was the last Sultan. He had many enemies because of his peculiar temperament, because of his nature. He had many enemies. For that student, Daulat Khan Lodi was a governor of Punjab. What he did, student, he invited Babur to fight against the Ibrahim Lodi. When there is a fight between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur, Babur defeated the Ibrahim Lodi in the battle, and from that day their Sultanate of Sultan came to an end. Now we'll see the Krishnadev Raya. Student, see the picture of Krishnadev Raya. Who was Krishnadev Raya? Krishnadev Raya was a scholar. He wrote Amuktalaya, a poetry in Telugu language. The Hazar Ram temple and Vittal temple, these two temples, students, were built by Krishnadev Raya in Vijayanagar during his region, during his ruling power. Now see next, the decline of Vijayanagar kingdom began when the death of Krishnadev Raya. When Krishnadev Raya died, student, his kingdom began to be declining. In 1565 CE, what happened? At Talikot, it was in Karnataka now. What happened in 1565 CE, student? There was a battle between Adil Shah, Nizam Shah, Qutub Shah, Barit Shah. These all sultans were on one side and Vijayanagar alone was on other side. Vijayanagar was defeated. Who win, student? Vijayanagar. Thereafter, student, what happened? The dominance of Vijayanagar came to an end. Is this find out interesting, student? Now see the next one. Bahmani kingdom. While Muhammad bin Tughlaq was still ruling, some of his sardars in the Deccan, student, they rose in rebellion. Underline the word rebellion. Rebellion means refusal to accept him. Student, the leader of Sardar were Hassan Gangu at that time, and he was in Delhi. When he was in Delhi, student, and he knew that many of the rebellion was against him, a new kingdom was found that was known as Bahmani kingdom, and it came into existence in 1347 CE. Hassan Gangu became the first Sultan of Bahmani kingdom because he only formed that kingdom. Okay. He made the city of Gulbarga his capital. When his kingdom formed, he made this city Gulbarga, it is in Karnataka, student, his capital. Now the next one is Mahmud Gawan. Who was Mahmud Gawan, student? Mahmud Gawan was the chief wazir of Bahmani kingdom. Not only he was a chief wazir, he was also a good administrator. He handled everything of the Bahmani kingdom. All the administration was under his hand. He strengthened the Bahmani kingdom. He strengthened the Bahmani kingdom means he handled the Bahmani kingdom very well. What he did when he was ruling, he started paying the soldiers their salaries in cash instead of giving them land grants. He brought discipline in the army. He introduced many land reform systems. Not only this, he also opened a madrasa for the people in Arabic and Persian studies. In Arabic and Persian language. Student, after the death of Mahmud Gawan, there was a factionism among Bahmani kingdom. Factionism means वो टूटने लग गया था. The conflict with the Vijayanagar kingdom had an adverse effect on Bahmani kingdom. इसका इफेक्ट किस पे होने लगा? Bahmani kingdom पे. Because of this, student, what happened? This Bahmani kingdom were divided into 5 small powers. They were Imad Shahi of Warhad, Barit Shahi of Bidar, Adil Shahi of Bijapur, Nizam Shah of Ahmednagar, and Qutub Shah of Golconda. So, student, here we have finished with the first half of our second chapter. So what we have studied in this? Different dynasties and different rulers before the time of Shivaji Maharaj. I hope you will going to understand this very